The Hanged God by Shani Oates is the first book in the Odin Trilogy by Shani Oates, published through Anathema Publishing. This book has actually been out already for a while as a paperback, and it's just recently received a hardcover treatment. Now, I do want to point out that this is volume 1, yes, of the Odin trilogy within the Northern Otherworld series, which tells me that, well, it doesn't tell me. I'm speculating now, but I'm really crossing fingers. I'm hoping that my speculation is based on some kind of truth, that the Odin trilogy is only going to be one part of this overarching series. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe this is wishful thinking, but seeing this made me imagine that more may be to come. The third volume, I believe, will be out before the end of 2022. The second volume actually came out in hardcover last year already. I reviewed The Wolf's Head, so the second volume. The second volume came out first as a hardcover and then as a paperback, right? The first volume, first a paperback and then a hardcover. And this is the collector's edition. And it's very beautiful, very, very beautiful, as you can see. The cover is... It's difficult to describe, actually. So it's kind of a suede feel to it. It's faux leather. The second volume was also faux leather, but this was kind of a shiny faux leather. This one is a matte faux leather. Okay, so it's very soft to the touch. You have these matching runes on the spine. Let me show you what the two spines look like. The standard hardcover are much more similar to each other. Right, these collector's editions definitely have their own individual flavors, right? But nevertheless, they're the same size. I imagine that the third volume will be in it'll be complementary once again. So there we are. What are we looking at here? Shani Oates is the maiden of the Tubal-Cain clan, which is a continuation of Cochraneism, or Cochrane's take on the Western tradition, and she is an absolute powerhouse of knowledge, and she has a very unique way of putting this information across. Now, I reviewed her book, The Devil's Supper, in the past, and I was a little put off by her very verbose style. I have to say that her style is still verbose, but I had no trouble keeping her train of thought in this book at all. It's very, very clear. Her sentences do run from 4 to 8 lines long, but they're very, very clear. The writing style is easy to follow. I'm going to actually go that far, and I think that that's worth mentioning, because many people have been put off in the past by her very verbose style. Yeah, it seems to be being kept more and more in check, I suppose, and her extraordinary base of knowledge really gets to shine through. So every copy of the collector's edition is hand numbered and signed. The standard hardcovers, I believe, are only numbered, right? There are 800 hand numbered standard editions. There we go. Whereas, the collector's edition has a 400 copy run. Here we are. Okay, so yes, the artwork is I can't actually remember. I think this is the only color artwork in the book. The rest is black and white, if I remember correctly. Is there one in the back, maybe? No, yeah, black and white throughout the rest of the book. The format of the book. What am I talking about? Let me tell you what this is about. This is a study of the figure of Odin from the perspective of certain aspects of Norse tradition and practice, right? So ritual. There we are. The Hanged God is actually quite an appropriate title for this. A lot of the book is dedicated to looking at the practices of if I say the word hanging, you're going to think hanging by the neck, but just generally being hung from in various ways, in various cultures for shamanic initiatory purposes and so on. But not only that, it goes much further into looking at misconceptions that have surrounded the figure of Odin, and approaching them from a very scholarly perspective, and maybe addressing some of these misconceptions. So I'm going to say that this is going to be indispensable for people who are interested in the Norse traditions. This is really an extraordinary bit of scholarship that is going to be incredibly helpful to as I say, to anyone interested in the Norse traditions, for getting an accurate view on let's say a more accurate view, as accurate a view as is currently possible given what we currently know, because Shani Oates is an extraordinary scholar. There we are. Some great appendices towards the back of the book that I'm going to show you right now. That's number 1. I think 2 and 3 follow close together. There we go, Appendix 2. I'm not going to try to pronounce any of those. Appendix 3, Theophoric place names. Appendix 4 is a lexicon. Very helpful. And then there's Odin's Haiti associated with hanging, Haiti, and the texts they appear in. Appendix 6, we've got languages or ethnic denominations. 7, the true meaning of Yggdrasil. And then there's a bibliography in 2 parts. First of all, the primary sources that Shani Oates has used, followed by a few pages of those, followed by the secondary sources, and there's even more of that. It goes on for pages and pages and pages. She's a very well-read individual. There we are. That's really an overview of the book. As I say, the book has been out for a little while. You'll probably already own this if you are interested in the Norse tradition at all. It's been very, very well received amongst the members, for example, that I know who have an interest in the Norse tradition. And let me show you a little bit about the build of the book. There's some very interesting textured end papers here. If we compare it to the end papers on the second book. You can see that they're also textured, just in a different way. So yeah, just continuing what I was saying about each book being having its individual look. There we are. That's it. That's all I have for you guys. Thanks ever so much for watching the video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe down below if you haven't done so already. Links to where you can pick the book up are in the description, and I'll see you very soon with another video. Take care of yourselves. Bye bye.